Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Thursday, May 23. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. A 38-year-old Thai man is now behind bars on an attempted murder charge over the stabbing of a monk last Sunday night at a temple in Talang. Police took into custody 38-year-old Tanakon Arungrat, nicknamed Bank, at a market in Mu 1 of Sri Suton on Wednesday afternoon. Authorities said he was the one who stabbed Prakru Suwan Putapaiban, the abbot of Wat Pratong Temple in Talang, on Sunday night. They identified and tracked him down using CCTV footage, according to authorities. Tanakon confessed to the stabbing of the man, but denied any knowledge of asking the monk for 20 baht, which was originally reported. Tanakon originally fled the island to neighboring Phang province after the stabbing and told police he had stolen another motorbike to do so, before deciding to return home to Phuket just days later. Talang police say Tanakon had previously served 11 years in prison for jointly killing another person and later served another year in prison on a drug charge before he was released again in February of this year. The victim, meanwhile, is still recovering at a local hospital. Tanakon is set to face a charge of attempted murder. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. A 25-year-old Thai woman is now in custody in Chalong as police say she was a drug dealer who sold drugs to foreigners in the Chalong area, and her boyfriend had fled earlier, according to authorities. The 25-year-old woman, identified by police only as Miss Su, was arrested on Soi Ta-iad opposite the Mini Big C store at about 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Police say she had a habit of selling drugs, including crystal meth, cocaine, and ecstasy, leading to the investigation, and planned to arrest her. Later, they searched her home in Mu 1 of Chalong, which is where police say they found just over a kilo of crystal meth, just under a kilo of cocaine, and 63 ecstasy pills, along with some cash. She was taken to Chalong police station and charged, though police also stated that her boyfriend had fled, which is the reason they did not arrest him. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Today, the Constitutional Court accepted a petition from a group of 40 senators that seeks to unseat the Prime Minister, Soi Ta-iad, from his position over his decision to appoint a minister with a prison record. A group of 40 senators petitioned the Constitutional Court last week, accusing both Pichet Chuenban and the Prime Minister of breaching cabinet ministerial ethics in his appointment to the position of PM Office Minister. The reason, they say, is because Pichet had previously been found guilty of and spent time in prison over bribery and contempt of court charges. During the 2008 land purchase trial of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, Pichet, acting as Thaksin's lawyer at the time, had handed a lunchbox with a paper bag to the Supreme Court, which contained 2 million baht in cash in what was seen as an attempt to bribe the court. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison, and later Thaksin and his ex-wife were sentenced to 2 years in prison, for which the ex-premier never spent a night in jail. On Tuesday morning, Pichet was defiant and stated that the move to remove him from his post was a ploy to eliminate the Prime Minister from his position. But just hours later, he officially resigned from his cabinet post. Regardless, the Constitutional Court today decided to accept the petition and will eventually rule on whether the Prime Minister should vacate his seat, although the court today voted 5-4 not to suspend him from duty pending its ruling. The Premier now has 15 days to provide an explanation to the court. For more, visit the link in the description.
Just before you break a bone.
Police are looking into the cause of an air conditioning unit having caught fire in the back of a delivery pickup truck in Baklok on Wednesday. The incident took place at about 11 a.m. on Wednesday, with Talang police arriving on the scene. The driver, who was not injured in the blaze, told police he was on his way back to Phang province when he noticed smoke coming from the box in the back of the pickup. He pulled over and began taking out the aircon units from the back of the truck, and then noticed that several of them had been damaged by the fire. Local residents came out to help and doused the pickup with a fire extinguisher before police arrived. An investigation is now underway. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. 20 people remain in intensive care units in 2 Bangkok hospitals on Wednesday following treatment for injuries sustained during extreme turbulence on a Singapore Airlines flight that had to make an emergency landing in Bangkok on Tuesday. Soi Hospital in Bangkok said a total of 85 people, 79 passengers and 6 crew, were treated at 3 medical facilities, with 58 remaining in hospital and 27 discharged. 5 of the latter were scheduled to fly back to Singapore last night, according to the Bangkok Post. Earlier reports said 6 people suffered severe injuries, while 39 had moderate injuries, and the rest suffered minor injuries caused during the flight on Tuesday from London to Singapore, in which a 73-year-old British man died of a suspected heart attack. The London to Singapore flight on Singapore Airlines was carrying 211 passengers and 18 crew members when its pilot contacted Suvarnabhumi Air Traffic Control in Bangkok with a request to make an emergency landing. The flight plunged around 6,000 feet within minutes amid extreme weather over the Irrawaddy Basin in Myanmar. Singapore's Transport Ministry is now conducting an investigation with support from the National Transportation Safety Board from the United States, as the aircraft was an American-made Boeing. The CEO of Singapore Airlines, Goh Choon Pong, expressed his deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased passenger and stated that they will fully cooperate with the investigation. He went on to say that they are covering the costs and making arrangements for all passengers and crew affected. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.